Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris, and I'm absolutely clueless when it comes to dildos. Dildos, vibrators, butt plugs, worm action ones, fetish stuff, lube, clueless. Restraints, gimp masks, bondage stuff, anal beads, double-ended ones. I'm absolutely clueless. I'll demonstrate that by just mentioning that I work in property maintenance, and I had this job on one day. We get to go in and out of all people's houses and see different scenarios. And me and my mate one day were there, turned up at a job. There's a little old couple sat there, Doreen and Kenneth, and the retirees, 65 plus, and they're there watching the TV, and they've got Holly and Phil on, and Kenneth's there thinking, I wonder when the Baywatch reruns are on, and Doreen's like looking at him thinking, when can I kill the bastard and get away with it. Anyway, me and my mate, we went up the stairs, we had this job on, and it was to remove one of those, those 80s fitted wardrobes that people have, and it's like cream coloured, but it was white ones. Looks like meringue. Got gold beading around it. We had to remove that for Doreen and Kenneth. And they'd removed all the clothes and luggage and what have you, but we were knocking it, started knocking the panels out. We got down on all fours and got our tools out and started bashing away, and not like that. Awful. We started bashing all these panels out. We kept coming across these little found items in there, which was highly unexpected. Like the first one, we kind of looked over it. The second one, we kind of, this is odd. We started bashing the panels out, removing the wardrobe pieces, and we found 1, 2, 3, 4, not 4, not 5, not 6, 6 sex toys, but they weren't recent ones. They were kind of like relics from a bygone era, probably from the 90s. They were like still covered in dust and crusty lube, and they were a bit off, But anyway, so after we'd done what every normal couple of working sets of lads would do, like after we'd finished chucking them at each other's heads, we kind of thought, what can we do with these? We set them up on the windowsill, and we realised they looked like a really poor man's version, like of Star Wars figures that you'd order off Wish, or like a Bernardo's version for a poor kid. There was a little green one at the end, a little butt plug, looked like Yoda. From you I will. So there was a big tall black one, and they looked like Darth Invader. There was a Poohbacker, an R2-D2, and there was this unfortunate one at the end, and it looked like the battery acid had perished, the rubber in it, like a melted candle, and it looked like Jabba the Hutt. Or maybe Doreen had kind of got it to resemble Kenneth. But anyway, it kind of intrigued me a little bit, and I thought, I've never really been one for that kind of stuff, but these guys had obviously had a heyday in their lives where they were kind of active in that department, and so I got Googling, research purposes, and I kind of started looking at dildos and sex toys and vibrators and what have you, and you could say that I disappeared down a couple of rabbit holes, so to speak. And but anyway, it got me Googling, and I got onto all the sites, and they're all quite like funky looking with gold letters and crystal logos and what have you. They're all called Love Honey and nice names, but I started looking at some of these dildos, and they've got names like farm machinery, like Gyrator and Destroyer, and there was really one that was really worrying, ladies. They're so aggressive, There was one called the Pussy Pounder. Anyway, I got looking, and started really Googling and like really researching, and it got me thinking, there's obviously an older market for, these sex toys, and I was thinking what would be good for Kenneth and Doreen. I was thinking maybe we should market a new, older generation OAP set of love toys, and I was thinking names like, you could have like the Werther's Prolapse 3000, or, the Shipmanator, keeping with the aggressive theme. But there was, then I thought, no, what do people like? What can they relate to? And I thought maybe it's time for a commemorative QE2, Queen Elizabeth dildo, on an attractive sort of like velvet cushion, and then I thought, no, that's too soon. We need a king Charles III font with realistic rubber ears. And then I was thinking maybe there's a hole in the market for a Prince Andrew one, you know, for the entry level one. But yeah, it's but yeah, it got me. My research led me down other avenues. There was after realising there was a huge gaping hole in the market for the older generation, I thought I got reading these reports, and there was a report from the States about what people are searching for online with regards to pornography, and I looked at what, you know, this report, and it said that men are pretty simple, they're pretty basic, they're just searching for very simplistic words. This simply, like number 3 on the search popularity was blondes. Like, simple, in, out, wipe your feet, done. Number 2 was big tits, and this is on porn search sites for men. And number 1 was blondes with big tits. They're so simple at that, men. It's funny, but women, what have you been searching for? Would anybody like to guess? Anyone? What's number 3 on the list of the most popular searches for women on porn sites? Anyone?
Firemen.
Firemen. Is that what you're searching for? No, it gets weird. Number 3 was actually quite good. It was it wasn't too freaky. It was the 50 Shades vibes. I can get with that, ladies. Some mysterious executive businessman who's going to come and whisk you away and open the door to realms of fantasy and all of that. I kind of get it. But number two on the popularity got really a bit weird for me. Ladies, you've been searching for vampires. Vampire scenarios. Now, I can get with that really, because you get Brad Pitt coming in your window at night and ravaging you. Win-win. And then in the morning, you don't even need to hop him in a taxi or whatever. You just open the curtains, boof. Gone. Vampires dealt with. Number 1, really freaky though, ladies. Really weird. So yeah, this is what you've been searching for. Pirates, apparently, ladies. Pirates. Now, again, I sort of analysed that, and I thought, what's going on here with the ladies? They're obviously after some sort of scoundrel of the high seas who's going to come and kind of swashbuckle the way in and grab the damsel, and maybe that's the kind of scenario. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's got authorities following him across the high seas, and he'll be in the port for one night, and that's it. Gone. But no, the reality, let's balance the reality and the fantasy here. He's probably got a stump for a leg from fighting. We've got a hook for a hand from fighting. He's probably got a missing eye from fighting. Probably stinks of stale rum. He's got parrot shit all down him. Probably not had a bath for 2 months. Probably got scurvy and VD and gangrene. And he's probably skin. And he's basically on a prolonged stag do. From what I can see. But yeah, so it got me really thinking about the sex toys and fantasies and what you girls are into, and I've kind of developed a prototype here, which will tick a few boxes. Buried in it, so. Yeah, so basically, I've got this ticks a few boxes. It's called the Skull and Crossbones, and it's guaranteed girthy, and it's got 20 speeds on it, and basically I think that'll tick a few boxes for you. And coincidentally, I did actually notice that Doreen and Kenneth are actually here. Doreen and Kenneth. There you go, that's a present from me. There you go, that should restart things for you. Andy, Chris, thank you very much.